It's that time of the year which every Hindu family looks forward to. Houses are beautifully decorated and lit with diyas, candles, and LED lights. New clothes, accessories, and gifts have been bought, and boys and girls alike have stocked up on their favorite fireworks for a grand spectacle on the auspicious night of Diwali. Well, all this is true except for the last part. As some of you may have heard, state after state across the country has issued orders banning the purchase, sale, and use of fireworks this Diwali. There are at least 9 such states and union territories in total now, including Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Telangana, Chandigarh, Odisha, among others. In these states, Hindus who just want to celebrate their most cherished festival with their families are being threatened with fines and jail, while businessmen who have already stocked up on fireworks are being pushed into destitution. Side by side, the mainstream media has been running a propaganda campaign drumming up exaggerated fears about air pollution and a coronavirus surge right before Diwali. Not to be left behind, judges have also stepped in where the state governments have not been proactive enough in subduing Diwali festivities. And the firecracker bans in both Telangana and Bengal are the result of such judicial overreach. In fact, the National Green Tribunal has passed a judgment which essentially puts a blanket ban on firecrackers in all cities and towns throughout the country where the air quality this month is measured to be poor, meaning where the air quality index or AQI is above 200, and permitting green firecrackers in only those cities where it is at a moderate or lower level. What's more, this tribunal has also ordered that people be allowed to burst firecrackers just for 2 hours on Diwali. But all this is not the worst of it. The worst part is that many educated, well-meaning and practicing Hindus are themselves also blindly supporting these bans. They have been misguided and indoctrinated through a bunch of myths which have been propagated relentlessly by the mainstream media as well as by activist hacks and policymakers. Myth number 1 is that banning Diwali fireworks will have any significant impact on reducing air pollution. Let's see what the actual scientific evidence has to say. A research paper published in 2018 analyzed hourly data on PM 2.5 pollutants in Delhi between 2013 and 2017 to gauge how much of an effect Diwali had on the city's air quality. The research showed that the Diwali effect on the concentration of said pollutants in the air was just about 40 micrograms per cubic meter on a base of 300 micrograms per cubic meter, meaning that on the days just preceding the Diwali period, the level of PM 2.5 pollutants was 300, while in the Diwali period it was 340, which is an increase of just 13%, that too for only 2 days. If Diwali increases pollution by 13% over 2 days out of 365 days in a year, you can run the numbers yourself and see how inconsequential the overall impact of pollution from Diwali fireworks actually is. All this is not to say that there is no inconvenience or injury caused to anyone due to Diwali fireworks, but to say that the harm is so great that the entire tradition of bursting Diwali fireworks, which is a celebration of the grandeur of Hindu civilization, needs to be banned is just absurd. It is like saying we should ban cars because some people die in motor vehicle accidents every day, or that we should ban kitchen knives because some people use them to slit their own wrists and commit suicide. In each such case, the benefits vastly outweigh the possible harms. Moving on, the second great myth which is being perpetuated is that Diwali fireworks are going to cause a huge spike in COVID-19 cases. Now, to tackle this argument, we firstly need to understand to what extent pollution levels are already affecting coronavirus cases in India. An estimate released by the Indian Medical Authority states that about 13% of COVID-19 cases in Delhi are being caused by air pollution. So if we are expecting a factor which accounts for 13% of new cases to itself worsen by about 13% over a period of only 2 days, it only means a very marginal total increase in the number of new COVID-19 cases for a very short while, even if we were to assume that there is a perfectly positive correlation between air pollution and the number of new COVID-19 cases. which of course isn't true in reality. The last and most dangerous big myth which is being pushed is that fireworks are not even really part of Hindu tradition, and we began to use them for Diwali only in the modern age. Proponents of this line of thinking say that Hindus should make this small compromise and abandon Diwali fireworks. But there is clear and resounding historical evidence that not only did Hindus know about fireworks in some form or the other for thousands of years, they indeed used them to celebrate Diwali. The Nilmat Puran, a Kashmiri Sanskrit manuscript going back to almost 1500 years, clearly ordains using fireworks on Diwali. Historical sources also give us evidence of fireworks spectacles being enjoyed by people in various Hindu dominions like Vijayanagar and Odisha. Even after the Islamic invasions and occupation, fireworks were being used by Hindus across the Indian subcontinent. In fact, their celebratory use on Diwali was so common and popular that Aurangzeb literally had to issue an edict banning Hindus from lighting fireworks on Diwali. One may have thought that the dark era of Hindu persecution would have ended with Mughal rule, but he would be sadly mistaken. Anti-Hindu policies are well and alive in our socialist secular republic today. And don't make the mistake of thinking that this is just one small compromise that you have to make. We are well and truly on a slippery slope already. In 2018, it was just an issue of green versus non-green firecrackers in Delhi itself. Now in 2020, just 2 years later, hundreds of millions of Hindus across multiple states and union territories are being told they cannot buy or burst any firecrackers. It will not be surprising if in 5 years' time, some states start banning cremation itself, again citing the environment to hide their true anti-Hindu objectives. In such circumstances, one must remain vigilant against propaganda, and one must raise his voice even if it is against the state when it crosses a certain red line. With that, we'll wrap this video up, guys. Do like and comment below to share your opinion on this issue, and subscribe to this channel if you want to watch more such videos which counter anti-Hindu narratives.